Hello everyone and welcome to our short and sweet video about Christmas in church and decorations. If you remember last year I did decorations at home, so this time I thought I'd come over and do decorations in church. And if you haven't seen any of my short and sweet videos, there's one on Stir Up that we did in November, so do go and have a look and have fun. So I'm starting in our children's corner in Whitchurch, and it's important because it tells us about advent calendars. Now this may look an alternative advent calendar because it isn't covered up, but you have to come in and see whatever day you come in and find that number and then find what it says next to it. And actually it's a recycled advent calendar as well, because I collected all my old Christmas cards and have used them to make the calendar with. So perhaps next year you might want to make an advent calendar of your own, or even an advent calendar for here and bring it in and we can put them all up. So don't forget that. So recycling, really important. See what sort of pictures you can see on there, because it's interesting, the Christmas cards that people get. You want to see if you can find one with the shepherds, one with the kings, one with a dove, one with a star. So have a look at all the Christmas cards you get at home and look at them and think, oh, that might be good for next year, and keep it and put it somewhere, but don't forget where you've put it. So at Christmas we have lots of books out, and there are some of my favourites. Jesus' Christmas Party is a real favourite of mine. We also have some books called The First Christmas, which are out on display, and you can come and get one for yourself if you like. It's totally free. Now behind me, which I'm blocking, but I'm going to stand up now, is the Jessie tree. And Ginny and I made this last year, and you can see some of the pictures, but I've added stars. This one says, please turn me over. And on the back it says, I wish for my children to see the good in all those they meet on life's journey and in what they do, and respond always with kindness. Isn't that lovely? And there are several others on there. And also each year we have bauble stories which you can pin on your tree. So this one says Joseph's Christmas. This one says the wise men's Christmas. This one says Mary's Christmas. And this one, which is my favourite, it's all sparkly, it says the Angel's Christmas. That's because when we've had services in church for short and sweet, it's focused on one of those books. I've always got another book which is very old because it's falling to pieces. It's not quite as old as I am, but it's very old. It says this month, next month, oops, and it has a section on December. But it also has a joke, so I thought you might like to hear the joke. Which side of the Christmas cake is the left side? The one that isn't eaten. So remember, I'll say that again. Ginny, who is filming this, is laughing. Joke of the month, which side of the Christmas cake is on the left side? The one that isn't eaten. So try and remember that. I'm going to try and remember that because Alan always tells me jokes which I always forget. So Christmas really started, I suppose, with our short and sweet Stir Up Sundays, which we did as a video in the last 2 years. So we do that the Sunday before the first Sunday in Advent. And short and sweet, we do lots of different things all over the year when we're allowed to. And so keep an eye open when COVID has died down, and we might be able to do some more short and sweets, which are great fun, and we all love them. Right, I'm now going to walk over to the Christmas tree and we're going to look at our Christmas tree. I've now moved over to the Christmas tree in church, which is given to us by George and Annette, and Paul very kindly puts it up each year. And one of the first things I've chosen to add to the Christmas tree is my Christmas pudding, because as you know, I love making my Christmas puddings for Stir Up. And I've actually got 2 baubles. I've got another one that is beautiful that I'm going to give to my granddaughter when I see her at Christmas. So I'll put that one on there. Then I've got
a star. Now, I think it was 2 years ago that we all made stars, and we had a short and sweet about stars. And actually, I asked people in the village if they could put stars in their windows, and there are some fabulous ones. So if you haven't got a star yet, try and see if you can find one to put in your window or up in your bedroom or somewhere in the house. So I've got to find somewhere to put this star. And then we also talked about angels. And have an angel. Now sometimes angels go right at the top of the tree. And I've got one here that I'm going to put on the tree, because another year we talked about angels for short and sweet. So let's put the angel there, because the angel brings a very important message to the shepherds, which we'll hear about later on. Now I talked about stars. There's our short and sweet poster that we did when we had stars. And there's a picture by one of the short and sweet people at the bottom. And we made stars, which Claire made out for us of paper bags. So we had a paper bag, and then we had to fold it and join it together. So we were recycling, and every year we get them out again and put them on the end of the pews. And you can actually see them. And this year, some of the bell ringers who were helping us to decorate put on greenery and tinsel, which made them look even better. So we were recycling some of the plants and some of the old tinsel. So we have stars all the way along, and they're recycled. See what you can make, decorations you can make out of recycled things. I've now reached the other end of the church, and we've got a star there. And if you notice, I've got a star jumper on as well, so I'm really doing stars today, but everything else is fitting in. And we have the Advent wreath, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles. But they're not all the same. There are 3 purple ones, 1 pink one, and 1 white one. And some of them have already been lit, and some of them haven't been lit yet because it hasn't come to the right Sunday. So I'm going to light them and then tell you about each candle, but I'm going to sing a song that Reverend Sarah has given me, that she sings, which is Advent candles, light the darkness, get ready, Jesus is here, Jesus is here. Now you might like at home to sing that as well, so that you can help me out. Now the Advent wreath has, as I said, the 5 candles, and the first one, which you can see is the lowest one because it's already been lit 3 times. And that's a candle to represent the prophets. And they were messengers from God to tell everyone about Jesus coming. So we're singing the Advent candle song. Advent candles, light the darkness, get ready, Jesus is here, Jesus is here. That's the first candle, the purple candle. Then we light another purple candle. It's like lighting birthday candles on your cake. And sometimes they don't go out when you try and blow them either. Right, the second candle is called the Bethlehem candle. That's the Bethlehem candle, which represents Mary and Joseph. So we'll sing the song again. Advent candles, light the darkness, light the darkness. Get ready, Jesus is here, Jesus is here. And on the third Sunday, I think I need a new match. We light the pink candle. And the pink candle represents the shepherds and their journey, the shepherds and the sheep and their journey to the stable. So we'll sing the song again. Advent candles, light the darkness, get ready, Jesus is here, Jesus is here. Now, the other candle, the fourth candle, the third purple one, is the angel's candle representing peace. And sometimes I think down on our Advent calendar there is a dove, which is the sign of peace. So you can remember that. There's one on the Advent candle, and that one that will be lit on Sunday in church is for peace, for the angels. And the one in the middle, the very last one, which we light either on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, is for the Christ child, for Jesus. So we've got 3 candles lit, and we'll sing that once more. You can join in again. Advent candles, light the darkness, get ready, Jesus is here, Jesus is here.
Stars in the bright sky, look down where he lay. The little Lord Jesus, asleep on the hay. The cattle are lowing, the baby awakes, but little Lord Jesus, no crying he makes. I love thee, Lord Jesus, look down from the sky and stay by my side until morning is nigh. Be near me, Lord Jesus, I ask thee to stay close by me forever and love me, I pray. Bless all the dear children in thy tender care, and fit us for heaven to live with thee there.
I've now reached the crib, and it's new. Well, it's not totally new, but Dave Simmons has completely thatched the roof. We've got a new roof, and she's repaired it. And talking to Mark Simmons, who rings our bells, we think it might be 50 years old. So if anybody knows any different, please let me know if they know it's older than 50 years. And it's a stable, and it's all ready to put the figures in. I wonder if you've got a stable at home and whether you've put your figures in and how you've arranged it. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about each figure or group of figures, and I'm going to do it through a story. Now, you might have heard this story before. It was written by a 7-year-old called Holly, which is a really good name to have if you're writing a Christmas story. And she wrote it about 40 years ago. But I'm going to read it to you, and it's in her words. So it's a child's view of the Nativity. Once upon a time, there was a little lady called Mary She was cleaning her house. Suddenly an angel appeared. She was frightened. The angel said, "Do not be afraid. I only came to tell you that you'll be having a baby king." "Wow," said Mary. "Bye," said the angel, and the angel vanished. Mary was pleased. Then Mary went to tell Joseph. She got there and said, "Hey, Joseph, I'm going to have a baby king." Joseph was excited. They cuddled, and Joseph and Mary had a little dance. And then they heard some clip, clop, clip. Then a messenger came along and said, "You have to go to where you were born." So they got on a donkey, and Joseph put Mary on, and they set off with Joseph holding a lead. And suddenly Mary said, "Oh, how far?" And Joseph saw a sign saying 77 miles. Mary nearly fainted, but when they were able to see the sign saying Bethlehem, it was still a long, long, long way. Then they reached Bethlehem. It was crowded because they were all the people who lived there and the people who were born there. So when it was time to go to bed, they went to an inn. And when the first innkeeper said it's full, sorry, the second innkeeper said, sorry, no room. And Joseph tried to persuade them. He kept saying, "I'm very worried about my wife and she will be having a baby." When they came to the third innkeeper, he said it was too late. They were full up, but you can stay in my stable. So they did. In the middle of the night, Mary had a dreadful tummy ache, so she had to lie down and had 50 winks. And then she woke up and started to moan, and then she had her baby. Then some angels went up onto the hills and told some shepherds up there. And this is what they said: "If you go to Bethlehem to a lowly stable, you will find a baby king." They set off south. Only 3 of the shepherds took sheep, 2 did not. When the shepherds got there, they were amazed because they would not expect to find a baby king that's new in a wreck of a stable. Then the shepherds put the sheep down. Then some kings saw a star and they followed it. When they saw the stable, they were feeling stupid because they thought the star should not be over a stable. So they opened the latch and were amazed because they saw a baby and Mary and Joseph and some shepherds. And they went in and gave a golden thing and a bit of frankincense that smells very sweet and some myrrh for the pain when his teeth came through. Then they celebrated for a bit of night and all day until they had to be taxed. I'm going to put the figures in now. We haven't got a donkey, we've got an ox. We've got 2 angels that were recovered about 2 years ago, had been found somewhere way away from the church. And we've got some shepherds, but we've only got 1 sheep, not like Holly's story. So I'm going to put them in now, and you can watch, they're quite heavy. So let's put the manger in first. Now we've put all the figures in the crib and the manger's there, but there's no baby Jesus in there because we don't put him in until Christmas Day. But I think there's somebody else from Holly's story who's not in there. What have we got? The angels, the shepherds, Mary and Joseph. So who's missing? 3 wise men. Because they don't arrive until after Jesus is born. They're still on their journey. And if you watched Stir Up, remember you stir from east to west because the wise men came on their journey from east to west. And they're somewhere else in the church. And Ginny's just going to see if she can find them. I hope you enjoyed our short and sweet video on decorations in Whitchurch, and have a lovely Christmas. Look after yourselves, keep safe, look after your families, be kind, smile, do all the right things, and I'll see you next year.
Everyone, and welcome to another short and sweet. Right.
We're now at the Christmas tree. This is our lovely Christmas tree, which was decorated and made beautiful with the lights and the baubles. But I've got something else to put on the Christmas tree. Now, one of my favourite ones, a Christmas pudding, because it reminds me of Stir Up. And actually, I've cheated and bought 2. Oops, I think I might start that again. I've reached the Advent week.
Yes, it looks good. Looks very good. Okay, Eddie, take it away. Yeah.